Hopefully a few of you have actually found me today, since I gave you a little bit of a heads up this morning in my email. If you're on my email list, I told you that I would be live today on YouTube at 2 p.m. So go ahead and give me a shout if you're watching live. I'm just going to get this set up on my computer so I can see comments. Otherwise, we're going to do a little stamping. I will say it's going to be a little bit like Thursday Throwdown today because it's been a really busy day. So as you may know, if you got my email this morning, we have the last chance list that went live this morning. Aloha. And so that was kind of taking up a bit of time. And then there's pre-order for those of us that are demonstrators. So we get to order some of the new colors, some of the new product. So I was making my list and doing all of that this morning, and then trying to clean up from the crop, which I still haven't done. So I just kind of lost track of time. So I did not actually plan everything out today, but I am going to use some of the stuff that is retiring and is still available as of this very moment, and it's on an amazing clearance, so I just thought I would share it, and it's one of my favorites. So a couple of the things that I was going to show, I looked up and they were already discontinued. They'd already sold out. So all of the things on the last chance list, you guys, are while supplies last. So if there's anything in there that you like, I would grab it sooner rather than later. And the best way to see that, I mean, I did send out the list for you earlier today, but the best way to probably do it is just to go to the online store and look at the last chance list, and that's probably the easiest way to do it. I did go through my stamps this morning. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me see if I can. Don't mind all the mess. But right there, those 3 piles, that's all the stamps that I'm losing, you guys. Those are all discontinued stamp sets. So I lost 48, I believe. So, but it's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm actually going to be able to buy all sorts of new goodies. So that will be fun. So my little stamp shelf over there is very sad and neglected. So we'll have to add to that. But anyway, let's go ahead and do some stamping today. So I'm going to, it seems like those of you that were going to find me have found me. So let's go ahead and switch this around, and we will go ahead and do some stamping. So don't mind my messy desk for a moment. Let me make sure it is in view. Sorry. I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit, but there we go. That's better. Okay. So let's take a look at, here's my list for pre-order. But with that said, a lot of that is ink pads and refills and cardstock and whatnot. So this is, whoops, I just lost a die. The, I don't know where this came from. Here, I guess. This is the potted, what is it called? Potted succulents dies and the Simply Succulents stamp sets. So this is a coordination, so they go together. Normally, although this one wasn't in a bundle anymore because it was an older set, so the bundle was no longer available anyway, but normally I always encourage you to order the bundle so you get the better deal. But right now, both of these are 60% off. So this stamp set is $8.80. And this, I believe, is $15 and change. And it's actually, it's got all of these dies, and then you've also got this really cool background die too. So a really great deal. Like I said, it is available as of right now, as I'm doing this video on April 4th at 2 p.m. Eastern. But guys, everything's going super fast. So don't shoot me if it disappears before you get to have it. All right, so let's go ahead and do some stamping. So I named this how to use a stamp set that's like a coloring stamp set without having to actually color. I am going to do a little bit of coloring. I'm going to color this little silver pot here, or at least I'm going to make it silver. But I don't want to color all the flowers because I don't like to do that on a video. So I'm going to show you how to do that in a way so that you don't have to color. Like it's not necessary. So there's a couple of ways you can do it. First off, let's grab a block that's large enough for this. So I'm gonna stick this out of the way because it keeps reflecting. I'm gonna grab a nice big block here. And I'm not sure which of these two methods I'm gonna use, so I'm gonna stamp them both. All right, so I'm going to use color ink on the white cardstock. And you could do the colored on the mint macaron too, which is the matching color here, but I'm actually going to do it two ways, just so that we can see what way looks better once I start assembling my card, because as I said, we're doing this on the fly. So this is a very light color, but I want to make sure it's good and inked. So I'm going to just use this and stamp that on the white. Okay, and there you have it. So we're going to use it just the way it is. I don't have to actually color it in if I don't want to. I like to do that on the white with a colored ink, and I feel like that's enough color usually. So I'm going to clean this off just a little bit, and then we're going to do the same thing on the mint macaron, which, by the way, this is a retiring color. Sad, sad, sad. But as of right now, it is still available. What do I do with my black ink? Oh, it's over here. I'm going to go ahead and take the same image and we'll stamp it in black. And this is another way you can do it. So you use the cardstock to color in the image. So I'm going to use a different color to outline. And actually, I could use like a basic gray if you wanted it to be a little less bold. Any sort of neutral color on a colored cardstock gives you kind of the feel of a colored image. So I'm just gonna do that. Okay, and now I'll die cut those so that we can see which one we like better. I'm gonna grab my larger Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and we will put these through. So pardon me if this table shakes a little bit. It's typical when I'm rolling my machine through here. All right, so let's go ahead and line this up. You could use a little bit of washi if you wanted to keep it in place. I'm gonna just roll with it, no pun intended. All right, so let's just roll that through. And then we will do the same with the other one, because I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do for my project yet. So let's have both options ready while I have the machine out. So I'm going to put that through. It is beautiful here on Cape Cod in Massachusetts. If those of you that don't know where I am, I'm on the Cape, and it's about 55 degrees, I believe, today, and sunny and warm, and it just feels like spring. I mean, it's not super warm, but it feels warm compared to. So it's a beautiful, beautiful day. So it's kind of hard to stay inside, but got to do a lot of work. So, all right, let's do this. Move this out of the way. And now we can start assembling. So I pulled some of the, this is the Country Gingham pattern paper, which I believe is retiring as well. The stamp set is staying, the one that goes with this, but the paper is retiring. So I'm going to go ahead and set that aside actually 1 second while I do one more stamping thing. So we're going to go ahead and windy, breezy, and cold in Wisconsin. Yeah, I know some of the like what am I trying to see? Northwest of me? No. Yeah, northwest of me, I believe, is going to get some sleet and snow and all that kind of stuff. We're fortunate here on Cape Cod that we kind of miss most of the big storms. Usually if we get a big storm, it means most of the rest of us do not, like just off the Cape. So in the mainland, they don't normally get it if we do. And if they get stuff, we normally don't. So we've had a incredibly mild winter this year. So we have completely lucked out with that. So I cannot complain, but I'm good. I'm over winter and cold. I'm very, very ready for the spring. I actually have a little osprey that lives right outside my studio. He has like a little nest on one of the telephone poles right outside here. And he's been chirping away, so I think he's ready too. So I'm just going to do a quick color just on the pot. So I'm making it a little silver pot. You could make it a little terracotta pot too if you wanted to. I probably should have done that, but I had the gray handy. So I'm going to go ahead, color that in. I love that noise, but I know that bothers some people, so I hope that's not irksome to you. I'm going to use now the dark and just add some darkness to this on those little rims there and around the edge. And I'll just add in a little bit of a shadow here. There we go. And then I'm going to just blend that a little bit with the clear. Or not the clear, the light. We'll leave a little bright spot there. And then I'm going to just go over this again. And we'll just add a little bit of darkness back in. There we go. So that looks good. And we can actually die cut this one too. So let me grab this one more time. And I'm going to do this. All right. Put that there. And roll that through. And then we have our elements. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put that aside. We'll grab my little pot, take this out of the way, and then I have the pieces for my my little pot here. So this is a very overgrown pot here. So we can either do it with the mint or we can do it with the white. But let's go ahead and first start to assemble here. I think I'm going to use this this pattern. It's kind of funny. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but this reads a little bit more white, where this reads a little bit more mint, even though it's both a mix. So I'm going to go with this, and I'm going to cut this down. I don't have my card base yet. I'm probably going to use a white card base, but I don't have any close by at the moment. So I'm going to cut this to 4 by 5 1/4, which is standard mat for that. And then I feel like I want some twine or something. So let's go ahead and we'll grab some, I was going to do white, but I feel like crumb cake would be better. Add a little bit of interest. Let me just find that. I know I saw it just recently. Here it is. Okay, let's grab that. And we'll do the linen thread. And I'm gonna just wrap this right around the panel. I like to wrap my ribbon around a panel on the front of my card rather than wrapping it inside my card. And I feel like I want to do a nice little bow on this. So I still like to tie it in a knot first. So we'll tie a knot. And I'm going to kind of leave it off to the side because that succulent image is pretty large. So I'm going to need some space. So we'll put that off to the side. Oops, I missed. Try that again. I kind of want it to be a little bit sideways, so I'm going to actually tie it with it on the side like this. Like that. That looks good. Straighten that out. And I'm going to go ahead and just trim these down like that. All right. So now we have our little pot, which I am going to put on with some dimensionals. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to be excessive. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't want to take those off yet because I want to position everything first. And I used 4, but that's also because it's going to overlap the ribbon. So I want it to have stability. And we'll see where I have to put that. So now I can decide, do I like it with more of the white or more of the mint? I kind of like both. What do you guys think? Do you like it? I think I kind of like this one, but what do you guys think? Let's do a voting. Do we want the colored one or do we want the white with the mint ink? I know there's a few of you watching. Mint, mint. Yeah, I kind of think this pops a little bit more and it pulls out the color from the background. So that's kind of what I was thinking too. So let's go with that. So we're going to kind of put this on kind of like that. It's a very healthy little succulent, this one. All right, so let's go ahead. I actually have blooms coming up, you guys. My daffodils are about to bloom in my front yard, and I have tulips that are already up and kind of just about ready. And my, oh, I can't remember the name of it. I have a lily, a type of lily in my front yard, and that one's doing well too. So hopefully we don't get any super cold weather anytime soon. Although we did have a frost the other day and they all seemed to survive. But my other problem with the tulips, which are my absolute favorite flowers, but they're also the favorite of the bunnies. So hoping that they survive. We were talking about it the other day, we need to get on our garden. We got too late of a start on our veggie garden last year, and so we didn't get much out of it. All right, so I'm gonna put that like that. Okay. And then let's do a sentiment of some sort. So thanks is always good. I might just do thanks. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the thank you. So we'll grab that and a little block. And I think I'll stamp that on white. Maybe in, should I do it in gray? I think I used gray this weekend. Do I have it handy? Let me see. I do not. So I guess, I don't know where it is. So let's just use black because it's here. All right. So I'm going to stamp this. And I think I'm going to fussy cut it, you guys. So I like to trim down my piece of paper a little bit before I fussy cut. And then I'm going to just kind of cut around the words a little bit, leaving a little edging. Like so. What is your favorite season, my friends? I am definitely a summer girl. I don't love, especially now that I'm older, I don't love the heat, but we don't get too bad. Sometimes in the summer we can get a little muggy, but I just love the warmth. So, I mean, I would say, honestly, I mean, sometimes I feel like, but I can't really, I can't really let it come out of my mouth, but I do feel like sometimes I really like fall best lately, just because we still get some really great summer days in the fall, but there's not really the humidity and the heat that time of the year, so it is a really perfect weather time. But I just can't do it. I love flip-flops and sitting at the beach and reading a book and all of that. Although again, in the fall, that can be really fun too, especially since there's not usually anybody else at the beach anymore because they all went back to their houses. We get a big influx of tourists during the summer, so. All right, so yes, Susan, I get it, fall. All right, so now I'm thinking I'll just put that here. And I'll probably just use regular adhesive for this. You could use like mini glue dots too, or liquid adhesive. This is just what I have handy. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. But that's why I like the Plus, is because I can just fold it over and it's fine. So it's not going to like stick out or anything. Just fold it into all of those little crevices so we don't have a sticky card. And then I don't think I have any white cardstock pre-cut, but I think I might have some thick white on my table over here, so let me see. I do. Let me cut one of these. Let's make it a top fold. So I have an 8.5 by 11-inch sheet of cardstock, and I'm going to stick it in my trimmer. I'm going to make it a top fold, so I'm sticking it in the trimmer with the short side up, and I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4, and then I'll turn it. This is why I love my Stampin' Up! Trimmers, because I can turn it and now I can score it too. So I'm going to score it at 5 1/2, and that's going to give me my card base. And I can use my bone folder, get a good crease on that. And then this will go right on here. I kind of wish I inked the edges of this with some brown, but I didn't, so we're going to leave it. But we will have to add some bling for sure. So let me just pull something out for that. I'm adding extra because I have that twine wrapped around it, so I want to make sure it stays put. There we go. Okay, like that. And then let's grab some bling. Let's see. Actually, I have a little bit of these left, and these greens look really pretty. So maybe we'll steal a couple of those and put them on the flowers. And then I might actually use the darker ones. I'm gonna go crazy with the bling, you guys. And we'll put those on the outside there. There. You could also put some Wink of Stella in here. My Wink of Stella is still buried. It's like the glitter brush. That would be really pretty too. Just add a little bit of sparkle. There you have it. Just a really simple, sweet card. A little bit of coloring, but we used the cardstock to actually color the image, so you didn't have to actually physically color that. Me personally, I love to color, but I know it's not everybody's favorite thing. So there you go. There's our cute little card for today. So thanks so much for joining me live. If you want any of these last chance, like I said, this stamp set and the bundle, the stamp set and the dies rather, are 60% off. So you can get both for like $26 or something. I don't know. I didn't do the math in my head, but it's cheap. So that's always a good thing. There's tons of other stuff on the last chance list as well. So go check that out. I'll put the link to my store in the description of this video. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And we'll see you again on Thursday for Thursday Throwdown over on my Facebook channel. So if you're not already following me there, be sure to go check out By the Shore Stamping over on Facebook, and you can find me there on Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Until then, have a great week, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.